And a moose too when we were about to leave.
Oh, you saw a moose too? Yeah. We I'd never seen a moose
Mm-hmm.
till I got up here. I was fishing.
Yeah.
And we saw one like out in the distance, and then it ran away.
And that's one thing about the US too, like how you guys have this outdoor life. You hear guys are going fishing, you hear they're going, I don't know, all those things that you'd think are primitive, honestly. In the mindset of where I'm from, it'd be like, okay, no one goes fishing,
Really?
no one goes hunting, and then to come to the US and to hear guys, a bunch of guys be like, we're going hunting this weekend. Like, okay, what? It never happens back home. It's that kind of thing that people used to do back in the days when they had to go look for food and then they'd just go hunting. It no longer happens.
So no one, like, even with that huge lake, no one's going out there just going fishing for the day for
Just
fun?
going fishing. I really haven't.
No.
I once had an uncle who had the fishing rod.
Yeah.
I could find the fishing rod at his place. And I really never saw him go fishing. It's like it just stayed there.
So when you said people will go fishing there, is it mainly tourist? Is it commercial?
People who go fishing are like people who rely on fishing for their day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
So
it's for like survival. It's for
they take
making money.
You know what a dugout canoe is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So they take that.
tree and they chip it.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
they use. They take a dugout canoe, and then they use. You don't have mosquitoes up here.
We do, but I don't think
It's not a huge issue.
No, not what I've heard about like South America and Africa.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you
we
guys
have a
get
bunch
these huge freaking
Yeah,
mosquitoes.
so they're not really huge. They're just
Well, that's what they're told, like to
Yeah.
us. Like, these huge mosquitoes.
it's just a bunch of them in the house.
Ours are
and
like this big, and
Uh-huh.
you're sitting outside and you get smack them a couple times. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going inside.
And that's the thing about the like summer. That's when like most of the mosquitoes will get into the house.
Oh, really?
I think that's when they breed the most. And during the rainy season, it's like the eggs are just being disturbed. By
Yeah,
the
I'm
rain,
sure
so
they're
they
just
can't.
all these puddles. They're just
So they can't breed. But then in
Yeah.
the summer, it's like they just stagnant water and they keep breeding and they come to the houses. So we have all these projects that distribute nets in the villages, mosquito nets. And these fishermen end up just taking those nets and using them for fishing. So they're just going to take 5 nets and sew this huge net, take it to the lake, and then they just dip it down there and bring some fish. And that's where people buy at the coast when the fishermen are back, and then they just take it to various places in the country. So that's the main like type of fishing that we have. It's for selling the fish. It's not like for leisure or anything like that. It's just like they're doing it for the money.
okay.
And they end up, since they're not using standardized nets, they're using mosquito nets which are meant to catch mosquitoes. They end up even catching the little fish that is not supposed to be caught. And then there are times when they're like, okay, we're going to deplete all our tilapia in the lake, so you have to stop fishing.
Really?
But then they rely on it for their like day-to-day lives,
Yeah.
for the money. So they just sneak behind the officials and still go on the lake, and then they
Really?
catch the fish still.